And welcome back to the final episode of the Benchwarmers for the year. I'm joined as always by my co-host Brad Bain. Bainey, the last episode, grand final week in the Barossa, very exciting time, but also a very sad time with the show coming to an end.
Chooky, bittersweet this one every year. It's a great time of week that I like to lock in to catch up with you, mate. So yeah, hopefully we still find time for each other each week to see how we're going. But it's a massive week of footy, Chook. I can't wait to get stuck into it. It's been massive.
It has been. Big prelim final day on Saturday up at Kapunda. Big crowd, beautiful day for footy. It is finals footy weather at the moment, Brad.
Yeah, Chooky, I hope they've all stocked up on their pickle juice because the calves will be working overtime with this sun. We haven't seen this much for a while, so I love it.
Yeah, can't wait to delve more into that and the game on the weekend and also preview the grand final as well, Brad. But we've got to thank our sponsor, our major sponsor, the Exchange Hotel Gawler, where we film from most weeks. Sometimes due to commitments we can't get there every week, but they look after Damo and the team there. They look after us incredibly well. So thank you to them for being on board for another year. They've been with us since day one, Brad. So we love working with them, and their AFL Grand Final day, Brad.
Massive.
They've got a big day up on the deck there. $79, your private screening, some beers included, or drinks of your choice included, I should say, and food, and going to be live and loud at the Exchange. So you can get your tickets online or at the pub as well. It's going to be great atmosphere there at the pub. So we've got to thank them along with all of our sponsors that help the show go to air. And the beauty of this, Brad, is the last episode of the Feel Good Fill Up. And we give away a prize to the Feel Good Fill Up recipient. These slippers that have been following us around all year, Brad, sure. Thanks to Rams Home Loan. So I'm looking forward to us getting into that. We're going to have a quick break, thank our sponsors, and come back with the final instalment of the Feel Good Fill Up.
And thanks to Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide, we are back with one final instalment of the Feel Good Fill Up for 2023, aren't we, Chook?
We are, mate, and the biggest day of the calendar for the Barossa coming up, but the second instalment of this Feel Good Fill Up of the year, I guess you call it, Brad. I can't wait to see who's been inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's
right, Chooky. As you said, this is where we digest all the nominees for this year. We respect all the past winners and we pay tributes, but we can only pick one winner this year, Chooky. But Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide, they are fantastic.
They are the great team down there, great supporter of us at Cotton Media as well. So if you are looking to refinance your home, get in contact with Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide. Tell them we sent you and they'll make sure to look after you extra specially as well.
Yeah, they're a great mob down there, Chooky, and we've covered a great mob of people as well at the Feel Good Fill Up. The Feel Good Fill Up, Chook, in this world of negative news and people tearing each other down, and that's what gets the clicks these days, doesn't it, Chook? All the negatives, but not with us. We highlight the positive stories only, Chook, especially in sport and especially in South Australia, out north, if you will. You get some bonus points as well. So, as you said, previous winners, we do only have one winner a year. It was a tie last year. Darcy Brown and Dean Cutting, they're as good as it gets. The South Australian, out north, obviously, they're good people. They lift others up. They're good at what they do. They work hard, but importantly, they give back to others, don't they, Chooky? That was last year. That was last year. I shouldn't get too carried away.
There's only one winner, but we had dual winners last year.
That's right, Chooky. And so Chook, some of the nominees this year, we better pay tribute. So these are honourable mentions. We've talk about bringing smiles to our faces, filling us up with positive stories. We had Helen Kahan. She's a 100-year-old that celebrated her birthday, pitching the first pitch at a baseball game. Devon Robertson, he got his rig out on national TV, 50k followers overnight. How good's that? Lucy Austin, the Thunderbird sharpshooter on the bench, came on, hit the super shots to get us into the grand final. She's a star. Simon Plumridge, an umpire. You don't have to just play sport, Chook. The Matildas, everything they've done to bring Australia together, that was just fantastic what they were doing week after week. But as we said, there can only be one winner, Chook, usually.
Yes, usually,
Now, it's a tie this year. It's a tie this year as well. I couldn't split them, Chook, because it doesn't get much bigger than this. The first winner, and we will get some slippers to him. We're going to have to get a second pair of slippers from Rams Home Loans. The first winner goes to Peter Malinauskas, Chook.
Yeah, well deserving.
You talk about putting smiles on faces to the people of South Australia in sport. Now he got 3 to 4 nominations across the year, Peter. He just
could have had more.
Yeah, we just had to mix it up though and give someone else a go. So Chooky, he got the gather round off the ground. That was fantastic. That seems like an eternity ago, but I can't wait for that next year as well. Out in Tanunda as well. The rumours are true. The Suncorp Super Netball, he's got that next year. He went and drank chalky milk with the Div 12 Rezzies. I love that about him. He doesn't take himself too serious, even though he's in politics. I saw him at a charity run as well, Chucky, for MND. He was there, gave a speech and gave a lot of money as well from the government, as he does. He presented that, so he's fantastic. He brought back the Super Loop. Chuck, he's done it all. I think you even said we might have got it wrong. You thought he brought the Rugby World Cup to Adelaide, but that was incorrect when we went and researched that.
Incorrect. It's actually on at the moment in France.
Yes, not in Adelaide, but he's done it all.
Live golf as well, Brad.
Live golf. He's done it all, Chuck. He's done it all.
He has.
One more challenge for him is the Grand Prix. If he brings that back to Adelaide, I don't know what I'll do. He's a star, Chuck. He's a star. Chucky, now he takes home some slippers. Well done, Peter. He's had a massive year, so keep up the good work. Chucky, another winner, a very honourable recipient of this goes to the Marmalade and Div 12 Rezzies boys. That they are just fantastic. You talk about lifting others up, putting smiles on faces, not taking yourself too seriously in the world of sport. They're the lads that never quite made it, Chook, at the highest level. You take Jim Brady, for example, cut down short in his prime of his career with injuries. He's had everything. He's had the knee, the shoulder. He's had it all. I think I've got a soft spot for him, Chook, because I actually... Sometimes in the quiet of my own home, I consider myself a real-life Jim Brady, Chucky. Just the knees, the knees that slow you down.
Yours was the ankles.
Yeah, and the knee popped out a few times. But I think that's why I've got a soft spot for him. But in all seriousness, like Chucky, they didn't quite make it to the top level, but that didn't stop them bringing together 5,000 people to watch a minor round Div 12 game. 5,000 people. Worst
standard of footy you can play, just about. And there's 5,000 people there. Wanting to scull milk with Checkers, wanting his autograph, photos. He gets stopped in the street like no tomorrow now, and the boys are doing wonderful things, and there's some big things to come.
That's right, Chucky, and it's fantastic. And they've got lots of lucrative deals on the way, but this no more than this.
We'll get 3 pairs of slippers for them boys.
That's right, Chucky. And they've got the time for everyone. You take young milk boy Finn, he just had his 12th birthday as well. He ate his 13th. He was he turned 13?
24, he was telling people he was on the live the other night.
Yes, he's a good lad. Ate his own cake as well. That's Shrey's rule, that you have your own birthday cake. But they got around him. He just started attending their games, and all of a sudden he's their best friend. They're just a little partnership they've got going. But Chuck, it doesn't get much better than that for me. You don't have to be the star kicking all the goals. It's about putting smiles on faces in the most unlikely of circumstances, and they just do that. So well done, Marmalade boys, Checkers, Shrey, Jim Brady, and all the crew.
Boys. Will Taylor, Jared Davis, they're all involved now.
Matty Knight.
Kados.
All of them. It's good. I can't wait to see where it goes, Chucky.
They've got a big week coming up as well, so I'm getting over to Melbourne to spend a few days with them next week, and I think it's going to be chaos. So looking forward to that.
That'll be good. I hope you take the slippers over and get them there in one piece.
Take the slippers with me. So.
Don't spill your raspberry cruiser on them if you could. just get them to them in one piece. But well done Marmalade, well done Peter Malinauskas, and all the honourable mentions, including Helen Kahan. She was a stiff third, I think, this year, Chuck. But it's fantastic. I love bringing this each and every week, and I can't wait for next year. But thanks to Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide, that is all for the Feel Good Fill Up in 2023.
A fantastic feel-good fill up there, and 2 deserving winners. You've mentioned multiple times that there's only one winner, traditionally, but we've only done this twice, and we've had dual winners both times.
Yeah, we've blown the budget out, Chuck. First year they won a pint, so I just shout 2 pints, and this year we've had to get 2 pairs of slippers, but it's good.
4, because you've picked a group of 3.
Yeah, that's right. Keep bringing us positive stories, I'll get everyone slippers.
Thanks to Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide. We've got to thank all of our sponsors that have helped the show go to air this year as well. Let's now have a look at the prelim final on the weekend, Brad. It was Barossa and South Gawler. South Gawler 16-17-113, defeating Barossa District 5-11-41. A big response from the Lions.
Huge response, Chuck. Obviously undefeated all year. They've slipped up in the first final, played self-admittedly to them, I think their worst game of football for the year. Obviously getting done. So they've came back with a bang here, Chuck, and they left nothing to chance against Barossa. So South Best, Matty Norman, half-back, and in the midfield he was a star. Henry Bennison, he's a star as well, the way he gets out and runs and takes the high marks. Lockie Arnold in the ruck, he's in career best form as well. Goals there, Cutting 3, we'll touch on him in a tick. Norman 2, Burton 2, and Gilchrist 2. Barossa best flying the flag was Casbolt, Wills, and Jew. We know how good he is. Single goal kickers to Jew, Gant, Nelson, Mazzone, and Wills. Chook.
Yeah, a big response from the Lions, as you said, Brad, and you felt like, and Barossa are a good side, and you felt like this was going to be really tight.
Yeah.
And as you said, South Gawler really put their foot down in the first quarter and with scoreboard pressure and got out to a nice lead.
That's right, Chook, and that's, I suppose, the obvious thing is South, they've slipped up, but they did earn the right to have a second chance. Barossa, they'll be licking their wounds a little bit with a couple losses in the year that they just missed out on the second chance. And I know you'll think about that all summer. They obviously slipped up to Newry earlier in the year by a couple points, slipped that one to Gawler Centrals, and they only missed by, they had better percentage than Newry, only missed by one win to go up above Newry to get that second spot. And they've paid for it, but with all credit to them, they've had a fantastic year from where they've been 18 months ago. Looking at their run going into this game, Chook, there could be a little bit in this. They played Ango, won by 49 points, Freeling 67, Williston 132, Gawler Centrals 143. Then they had a week off, played Gawler Centrals again, did that easy with 97. Yep. And then they've come up against South, and they've been jumped 4 goals to 1 at quarter time and 11 goals to 2 at half time. South came out to play. They just haven't been challenged for a couple months, Barossa. Unfortunately, you can't do much about that. Yeah. And I'm sure they would have trained with intent, and Kelsey would have really tried to get the boys up. He would have been aware of all that, but you can't match the pressure and being challenged in a big game, can you?
Well, it's a big stat at half time, isn't it, Brad? Yep. 22 scoring shots to 6 in a game of footy. That game, 11-11, it was South. That game could have been anything.
That's right, Chucky. And obviously it tailed off a little bit, 5 goals to 3 after half time, but obviously the damage was done there. Matt Norman, though, Chook, midfield, half back, broke the game open with his legs. He breaks away from the contest, uses it well, breaks lines. I love the way he goes about it.
One of the best games of footy that some South Gawler lifetime fans have seen him play.
For Matt Norman? Yep. Yes, that's good.
Very good feedback.
He's got himself in some really good nick. And Gavin Chaplin, credit to him as well. He doesn't mind changing up blokes' roles as well. He loves the little flick to half back. Paddy White, he did it a few years ago. He was a favourite for a Schluter there for a little bit, and so credit to Chappie for mixing that up. I imagine Normie might have screwed the nose up when he first heard about playing at half back. It's sometimes not the most glamorous position, but these days, Chucky.
Oh, Dacos, Sheasel, those boys are licking their lips.
As good as it gets. Bailey Filkey, he had the job on Ryswick, shutting him down wherever he went, and from all reports he did a fantastic job of that. So that'll be interesting who he goes to in the grand final as well. Some sad news, Dean Cutting first came back from a injury. He broke his wrist on the weekend from all reports, getting that looked at as good as you can with a broken wrist, and miracles happen, Chook, to get up for grand final, but you think that may do his season.
What can they do? Is it they try and put it in a bit of plaster or something, or a guard for the game? Is that...
Well, it depends how bad the break is, and those sorts of things, whether it's surgery or put it in a plaster. You can't play with a plaster, obviously, but a little guard. But if it's a clean break, Chooky, he'll be, I don't think there's much chance. But miracles happen, Chook. We know he's coming to the twilight of his career, and it would be...
find a way.
He might find a way, but who knows? We'll watch that. A sad result, nonetheless, for Dean. So hopefully he's recovering well. Flynn Bassani as well, Chooky. He obviously missed that game, but he's doing everything he can for next week. But credit to Barossa. We've only got one game to review this week, Chooky, so we can highlight them and pump their tyres up a bit. Barossa, they've had a massive year. 18 months ago, they were at the bottom. They were battling. They were probably the nice guys of the comp that you'd like to have a beer with, but just didn't get it done on field. And I think they've really earned some respect, and they'll be one to watch for next year.
No, absolutely. They'll keep improving, and you can see the recruitment of Mazzone is a fantastic one, and they got some great kids coming through. I reckon they've got double digits down in Central's junior programs, which have been going very well, Brad. So not all of them are unfortunately going to make it, so they'll start to push back to Barossa, and so they're in a good spot with their juniors coming through as well. So they're going to be very happy with their season, although disappointed on the weekend. They're going to be very happy with that as well. And South Gawler and Newry, we've got another grand final. So we're going to have a quick break. Thank all our sponsors again for season 2023, and come back and preview what's going to be a fantastic grand final on the weekend. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors that have helped the show go to air this year. Brad, without them, we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't, Chook. We couldn't do it without them.
No, we do. So we thank you for all their support. We look forward to spending Friday with them at our grand final luncheon this year, Brad. Can't wait for that. We've got Wits locked in from South Gawler, working on a couple of big names from Newry, so can't announce anything yet, but that'll be on the socials by the time this goes to air as well. And let's get into the granny, Brad, because it's South Gawler's fourth grand final in a row. 1-1, lost 2. Rematch of last year's grand final against Newry, which was a horrible day. You played in it. Cameraman Schmidt played in it as well. But looks like we're going to be in for a good day this year, and you're going to take us through a couple of last times they met as well.
That's right, Chook. They've come up against each other 3 times this year. Obviously, they round 7, Newry 7-7-49, defeated by South 12-10-82. That was at South Gawler, that one, Chooky. Round 16, they came up again, and South were really starting to hit their straps here later in the year. This was at that first one was at Newry. The next one was at South. 11-9-75. South Gawler over Newry, 2-14-26. Some wayward kicking from Newry, but South had it all in control that day. I think a lot of those points were rushed. So they really controlled that one, and we're starting to hit their straps. They obviously went into this. South went into the qualifying final against Newry on that Saturday, undefeated. From all reports, they tight, fumbly, bit nervous. South Gawler were, and Newry brought the heat, and South couldn't match it. So Newry 7-8-50 over the top of South 7-7-49. Newry controlled that all day though, up by 3 goals for most part of the day. South came home late. So Chook, this got everything, this game. This got you licking your lips.
It does, because you know what, Newry, we've spoken about it time and time again on the show this year. Newry just get through the season, and then they're ready to play once finals come, and they're fine-tuned nicely, and they've done that and shown that on the weekend. But I think that loss helped South as well, because you saw the effort on the weekend. They weren't leaving anything to chance, as you said, and played a very dominant display of footy, which will hold them in good stead going in this week. And I don't like the going in off one game, either in a final. I reckon you've got to play 2 finals to... Yeah,
as long as you don't lose any. South do have a few of those sore bodies, though, that we talked about. So Newry, if they had any sore bodies, they've spent the couple of weeks getting them right. And one that will come back in for Newry, they're not worrying about too many injuries, but they're going to welcome back Jack Henke from Central Districts as well, with his commitments all done down there. So he's up there in their top couple of players in terms of impact on the game. Yeah, I like his work, and I've been a big fan of him getting a game down at the Dogs this year. So good to see that he's eligible to come back and play as well. Looking forward to watching that, Brad. Lindock Oval for the granny this year. Change of scenery. Change of scenery, Chook. I think parking's going to be a tricky one, so get there early if you're looking to get down there. I hope everyone gets down there that's tuning into this. If you've got this far in the show, you're going to the grand final, I feel. So, but no, I think they've got parking all sorted across the road. There's a few paddocks in Lindock and all that sort of stuff. So I'm sure they're all prepared. Beautiful bakery, Brad. Yes, they do, on the way home from the golf course, if you're ever going out there for a hit. But, Chooky, the oval does, it needs a little bit of work. I've seen a few photos floating through the surface. I hope they're rolling that and looking after that. And the goalposts as well. They may play a part. They're not the straightest of goalposts. So if you get down there, I'm not sure, Chook. We won't go into it. It's a lovely venue, a lovely location. Obviously, Williamstown being a Barossa hosted final, just not quite suitable for a grand final. So Lindock's done it before. So I'm sure it'll be a lovely day. 24 and sunny, Chook. So South Gawler will be happy with that. Sunny the couple of days leading in as well. A little bit of rain on Thursday, but not too much. Yeah, just enough to soften up the surface a little bit. That's right. Looking forward to that. Now, Brad, tell us key matchups. These guys have battled hard at granny last year, 3 times already this year. What are the key matchups going into the game on the weekend? Chooky, there's a lot of them. We could be here all day going through them. Both clubs are in some really good positions here. The second year in a row, we talked about South, 4 grand finals, but Newry and South, second year in a row, they're in the A grade and B grade grand final. So it'll be interesting to follow that. But obviously, both clubs full of depth and full of run. So I really like, you can't get past last year's best on ground, Brad Hoopner, Chooky. He's a star. He's a match winner. He gets it done. He's tough when he needs to be, but he's an outside player as well that can go and break lines and kick goals as well. But Bailey Filkey, he's gone to him the last couple of times, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. And Bailey Filkey's done a job on a few other players throughout the year. He's a star, one that doesn't feature in the top 3 for us to give him enough of a shout out. But I think that's probably that's one of the biggest matchups on the ground. Bailey Filkey and Hoopner. Filkey and Gavin Chaplin go with that matchup, we don't know, but we're just guessing. I'd love to see that, Chooky. Another one, Mitchie Norton. We know he's a star.
Yes.
I don't have a matchup for him,
favourite.
but the matchup that goes to Mitch Norton will be massive. We've seen people try to compete with him in the air. He loves to run and jump and take the intercept marks. We've seen players try to take him to the goal square and get him away from the game. So Gavin, he'll have a trick up his sleeve, Gavin Chaplin. I don't know who will go to him. I don't know what they'll do to him. But I think you'd have to put some time into him.
Yeah, well, it sounds like what they're lacking is you, Brad. Maybe the defensive forward that could go back on Norton.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right, Chook. We'll keep the show serious, though. That we've got a star-studded lineup, Chook. We don't have to go into that garbage. Next matchup, Steve Burton, Schluter medalist. We can't not mention him, Chooky. He's a star, racks him up, loves getting his hands on the pill. And Gregurk in the middle, whether they go head-to-head or not, they'll spend some time next to each other. They're both ball winners. They're stars. They're fit as fiddles, Chook. They'll get out, use their legs. They'll probably have a little tussle in the middle as well. Gregurk, I love the way he goes about it.
You do. You love your people that are in the same field as you as well.
Yep.
So, podiatrist. So you're a big fan of his work.
Get down here to support that. And Jack Henke, Chook, back in for Newry. So the last of our matchups.
Yeah.
Enough of this serious stuff. But Bailey Zobel's had a look at him before. Zobes has been in really good form this year as well. So I think that's a massive matchup, Jack Henke and Bailey Zobel, if they do end up on each other.
Yep, I like it, Brad. Some big matchups there to watch on the weekend if you are heading out to the grand final or you're watching on the live stream as well. So make sure you're tuning into that. And Brad, give us your tip for the weekend.
Yeah, Chooky, it's a long-winded one, this one, isn't it, to get to this point. I've digested everything. I think it's going to be a massive game, Chook. That's my tip for one. I think Newry will really bring the heat early. And I think if Newry jump south, we've seen it before, and I hate to say it, if Newry do jump south, it could be on for young and old. I think Newry could have the chockies. But I think South, they've had the little hiccup, that they've brought everything together. I think South will get the jump. And I think they'll steady it and win by a few goals. Obviously, a South boy, my heart's going to be with them. We try to put the numbers out on this show. Newry won the first final, but I think that's what South needed, to kick up the backside, and I think they'll get it done. And my tip for best on ground, Matt Norman, Chook. This day's got him all over it. 24, sunny, bit of half-back, bit of midfield. I think he might sneak in for a goal and break the lines. A real Jason Johannesson type from the other year that I had a little bit of money on as well. Jason Johannesson, when I wasn't working in the AFL. That's a disclaimer. Before I was working in the AFL. Bit of money on Jason Johannesson, and he almost a kilometre gained he had. So I reckon Matty Norman, similar game. He'll be breaking the game open for South. I like it, Brad. I'm with you. I think this is going to be an absolute fantastic battle. I just feel like on the perfect day, South might have too much leg speed for Newry. And that's where I feel like South will get Newry on the weekend. I'm going to go, he's probably my favourite player in the Barossa at the moment. He should be on a list somewhere playing Sandford footy, but I'm going to go Lockie Arnold to win the medal. And I think South are going to do it by 3 goals, and in what's going to be a really solid game on the weekend. And I hope if Newry win, our boy Mitch Norton can hopefully win the medal as well. Yeah, no, he's a star. He feeds us with plenty of info. Not as much this year. We've left him alone a little bit this year. Let him play footy. Let him get down to business. But no, I'm sure we'll get around him if he gets it. Well, or if he doesn't, we'll get around him as well. Either way, great. Can't wait for this. It comes down 18 rounds of footy in the Barossa to come down to this moment this year. Can't wait to get stuck into it, Brad. Before we go and we say our final goodbyes, we thank all of our sponsors again that helped the show go to air this year. The Exchange Hotel, our major sponsor, along with Rams Home Loans, Brad, Northern Adelaide. They look after us for the Feel Good Fill Up. Build Training, I Perform Sports Injury Clinic, Brad, where we are today, your beautiful establishment. Faster Pass to Gawler, all equipment hire. All G&S Tree and Garden Solutions, Millard Conveyancing, Rejuvenate Massage and Fitness, along with Wealth Evolution Financial Planning. So thank you to all of our sponsors, as we say each and every week. We appreciate the work that you do, and another season done and dusted, Brad. Been good, Chooky. Been good catching up and digesting the footy, and I can't wait to get out there Saturday to watch it. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a cracker. Make sure you get out to Lindock. There's lots of buses, public transport coming as well, so you can get there and from the game responsibly as well, Brad. Responsibly. Don't drink, drive. Yeah, correct. So make sure you do that, and we'll probably run into you at the Exchange Hotel on Saturday night. If not, Friday night. So enjoy, get out on the weekend. Come and say good day to us if you're down there, and we look forward to seeing you all again next year.